The man charged in the reckless homicide death of a toddler pleading not guilty today in court. The family of that toddler, Leo Escalante, packing the courtroom again for 22-year-old James Vanderleest's court appearance. As we've reported, Vanderleest was arrested in June after 2-year-old Leo died while in his care. Prosecutors saying Vanderleest claims the toddler fell down the stairs, but doctors say the boy's injuries could not be explained by a fall. James Vanderleest scheduled to be back in court in December.